Wow. I mean, wow. Welcome, everyone. My name is David Kilnick, and I'm CEO of the Long Island GLBT Services Network. And briefly, the Long Island GLBT Services Network is an association of 5 nonprofit organizations: Long Island Gay and Lesbian Youth, the Long Island GLBT Community Center, Services and Advocacy for GLBT Elders Long Island, SAGE Long Island, East End Gay Organization on the other end of the earth, out in the East End of Long Island, and also Equality Long Island, which is our 501c4 political arm. The organizations all work together as one in a unique model for nonprofits so that we're efficient both fiscally and programmatically. There aren't 5 sets of administration. There's just one administration, so that means more of the resources that come to our organization go directly back to serving the community. And that's a big reason of why we're able to stand here today. For 19 years, our organizations have been working tirelessly with the mission of ending homophobia and transphobia on Long Island, providing a home and safe space for the LGBT community, and advocating for equality. Now, when I first started this organization in the fall of 1993, we always had a dream of having GLBT community centers across Long Island. And today, that dream takes another step, and this new center in Garden City is going to support an expansion of services and help to further our efforts to fill our mission. So, that was an applause. All right, so I think we need to put on the wish list like the little applause thing they have in the studio. Okay. So many have helped us to be able to get to this point. And one would think in these difficult economic times, how could a nonprofit be expanding? And, the fact of the matter is that the need is great. And so many people across Long Island, so many people across this great county here in Nassau recognize the life-saving work that we do each and every day for all of Nassau County's residents. So I want to take an opportunity to thank a lot of people here today, but to recognize some of those who are with us, including our board members, Andy Stern, who's our board president, Bruce Castellano, who was here painting the last 2 days, Tom Maligno, who's one of our founding board members, has been on here for 19 years. Frank Goldman, Frank is over here. Dr. Eric Weisselberg. Dr. Guido. Right there. And Linda Fazio. Thank you. I'm very lucky to have such a wonderful board of directors who are so supportive and as passionate as we all are about making sure that we have a community centers to help the community. I'd also like to recognize our founding board president, Bob Hawkins, who is here today. And to recognize the most wonderful, dedicated, and passionate group of people I have ever worked with, and there are too many of us to mention, but the staff of the network, the staff of Legally, SAGE Long Island, and the center. So just... And I'd also like to thank those who have contributed so much in terms of support and resources. If you've already had a tour, you will see that some folks have sponsored some of the rooms here, and there are more rooms to sponsor. So you make sure you get that Nassau County booklet on your way out. But today we're standing in the Bethpage Community Room. And I'd like to thank the folks from Bethpage Federal Credit Union who are here with us today, who have helped to make also some of the other sponsors, Lori and Marty Scheinman for the Lori and Marty Scheinman Conference Room. Bruce Castellano, who sponsored the Program and Education Services Office in memory of his mother, father, and brother, who are all educators here in Nassau County. And Jess Bunchep and Marquette, I think I saw Mark here, who have sponsored the beautiful kitchen in the back. Thank you. And last but not least, we found this space about 8 weeks ago. Well, actually longer than that, but it was a journey to get here. So we finally signed the lease about 8 weeks ago. And if you had seen this facility, and some of you did, but most didn't, if you had seen this facility before coming in today, you wouldn't believe that in 8 weeks we are standing in really what is a first-class facility that we are today. There was carpet on every single wall, every single floor was stained. There was none of this here. And the two folks in particular donated all their time over the last 8 weeks to making sure that we're able to stand here today and to be able to start offering services to people this afternoon. And so I'd really like to give a special thank you to Charlie Casara and Jimmy Panula. So 9 years ago this week, exactly, actually, we opened the center at Bayshore, and it was the same exact type of weather, so it's good luck. And it was a springboard to helping and serving more people and gaining the support to do so. And this new 8,800 square foot facility is going to support an expansion of services for GLBT Long Islanders throughout the lifespan. We've grown from serving and reaching 15,000 people a year in 2001 to more than 75,000 a year in 2011. And in fact, the Long Island GLBT Services Network has grown to become the 6th largest GLBT community center in the country, and just one of a handful, just one of 3 organizations nationwide to operate multiple locations. So the change that we are making here on Long Island is absolutely groundbreaking and incredible. This new facility triples the amount of space that the network has to provide the services and programs, and to accommodate an expansion of staff. We now employ 24 full-time people in our organization, up from just 6 a few years ago. And we also are able to accommodate an expansion of staff to deliver and fundraise for these programs. And we are hitting the ground running. We're not wasting any time next week with a full range of programs and services for GLBT youth, seniors, and families here in Nassau County. The location of this center is absolutely incredible. I'm sure we've all shopped at the mall. And in the first few weeks, I shopped there way too much. Learned some restraint. But it also addresses the issue of accessibility for Nassau County young people and their families. Now a GLBT identified space and programs are closer to more people here on Long Island than ever before. Now 2011 was quite a year, right? Well, we're still in it. But 2011 has been quite a year. We've seen marriage equality pass this year, right? We've seen the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And so we have all this momentum going, and a lot of people, when we've been telling them, or some folks have been saying, we're opening up this new center, and people say, well, why do you need it? I mean, things are good right now. Things are good right now. So why is there really a need for another GLBT center? Well, to answer that question, all we need to do is to look earlier this year in Valley Stream. In January of this year in Valley Stream South High School, several students were trying to start a Gay Straight Alliance Club in their school, and they went to the principal and spoke with them about why there was such an important need for this Gay Straight Alliance Club, and that they were hearing anti-gay remarks all day, that people were being harassed and bullied in the hallways, and the principal said to them, so, well, what are you hearing? And they said, well, we're hearing people use the word fag a lot. And the principal said to them, and this is exactly what she said. She said, well, oh, that's not a bad word. I used to use it when I was in school. And so, we have these 3 students in Valley Stream South High School who were trying to start this GSA and essentially got bullied by their school principal and their school administration. But we were able to help them organize, They had a rally of over 200 students in front of Valley Stream South High School. We met with the superintendent in Valley Stream, and by March, they had their Gay Straight Alliance Club at Valley Stream South High School. So why is there a need for a GLBT center in Nassau County? We can look just to Jamie Rodemeyer of Buffalo, who committed suicide recently due to bullying. And we can also look at the calls we have already received. This is, school just began last month, but we can look at the calls we already are getting this new school year from concerned parents about their schools being bullied in Nassau County. While we have made significant gains legislatively, our young people are still facing bullying and tormenting in their schools, and people are still being treated unfairly and discriminated against because of their sexual orientation and gender identity. There is a lot more work to do, and in some respects, we are still at the beginning stages of dismantling homophobia in our society. We have seen through our work that these incidences of bullying and bias crimes have been on the rise this last year. Many of these incidents go unreported, however, due to fear of being outed or further harassment from the folks they may be reporting it to or from the folks that are committing these crimes against these people. As such, the Center at Garden City here in Nassau County will function as a space to fight bullying and hate and bias crimes in schools targeted at GLBT students. We will be working hand in hand with Nassau County DA Kathleen Rice and Gary Shapiro, Detective Sergeant Gary Shapiro from the Nassau County Police Department, and also Police Commissioner Crumter, to ensure that these issues are addressed head-on. Through this new center, we will work to make sure that all GLBT youth, or any youth for that matter, feel safe and comfortable to report the bullying and incidences of bias so that we, along with the District Attorney's Office and the Nassau County Police Department, can help and support them and advocate for their safety. So, as part of our expansion of services and to support safe schools, we're also launching, right here from this center, a First in the Nation. And First in the Nation being a Gay Parents Teachers Association. Our schoolwork is well known and widely recognized across the United States. For those who don't know, our organization works with over 107 school districts currently on Long Island. There are 127. And when I say we work with them, meaning we're going in providing sensitivity training, education workshops, we're helping to start Gay Straight Alliance clubs, we're helping to teach the students how to organize and fight for their rights. And one of the things that we constantly hear from folks is that they want some curriculum changes as well. They want to learn about Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk, who grew up on Long Island. Harvey Milk, who grew up in Woodmere and then went to Bayshore High School, and who was assassinated as a San Francisco councilman. They want to learn about marriage equality now and don't ask, don't tell. But many folks are saying that our other parents are not going to want this in their curriculum, that this is their choice. Well, when that is said to us, that parents don't want this, the Gay Parents Teachers Association is going to say, wait a second. We're parents. We want to see these changes in the school. We want to see more Gay Straight Alliance clubs. We want to see more education. We want our schools to be safe. So we're bringing parents into the fold, along with the teachers and advisors that we work with, that will engage parents, teachers, and other members of the community in our efforts to end homophobia, create safer spaces, and to advocate for equality in schools. This program launches next week, and it's a first in the nation, and it's happened right here in Nassau County. So that's a little bit about what we do. But I'd also, there are so many folks here today, and I want to recognize our public officials, our elected officials who are here with us today, who have taken the time to come and not only come to the center here today for the grand opening, but to support us over the years. And we've been talking for so many years about the need for a Nassau County Center. And so please let me introduce everyone. Former New York State Assemblyman, former Nassau Great Neck School Board. Mineola, sorry. Mineola's bringing 20 students here later. But New York State Controller, and a great friend to the organization, and a great friend to myself personally, Tom DiNapoli. Also, another great friend, New York State Assemblyman Charles Levine. Everyone's a great friend, but I'm going to introduce Nassau County District Attorney Kathleen Rice. North Hempstead Supervisor John Kamen. Nassau County Legislator Judy Bosworth. Nassau County Legislator Dave Denenberg. Nassau County Legislator Wayne Wink. Town of Hempstead Councilwoman Dorothy Gooseby. And we have the Nassau County Police Commissioner Crumpter. And Detective Sergeant Gary Shapiro. And we also have Jennifer here representing a good friend of this organization too, Congressman Steve Israel. And Marissa representing Senator Chuck Schumer as well. And I just saw Scott from our great governor, let's say Mario Cuomo. I do that every time. Andrew, right? No, I'm kidding. Governor Andrew Cuomo will help to push the marijuana. I mean, this is absolutely incredible to where we have come as a Long Island community to be standing here together from all different sectors, from the folks who helped us to find this place, Frank and Dan, who are standing out there, to David Cohen, one of the attorney who helped us make sure that we get in here in a safe way, to Marty Scheinman, who just walked in. Okay. Youth Board Director Maggie Melito. Oh, we have to talk. So, I mean, it's just incredible to, where we have come from in such a short amount of time. And the work that we're going to be able to do here working together with everyone in this room and beyond is going to be absolutely incredible. Before we have all the proclamations, I was so excited everyone brought proclamations because we're like, we have to have Nassau County proclamations up, and so this is wonderful. I'd like to bring up New York State Controller Tom DiNapoli. As I said earlier, Tom has been a longtime supporter of our organization, and Tom was in fact the reason or the person behind enabling us to be able to acquire our first center in Bayshore. And so it's really special that Tom has come home to Nassau County to see the opening of a place that I know I've been talking with him about for the past 15, 16 years. Forever, as Tom says. Yes. So my pleasure to bring up Tom DiNapoli.
David really said it all. I was asked to bring a proclamation, and Marty Scheinman said it has to be the biggest and best of everybody. Marty, look. You won't get wet in the rain, so we did it for you, Marty. It's really a privilege to be here. And David really covered the history of the organization and the importance of the issues that are still out there today. And what a powerful statement in the context of those issues to have our police commissioner here, Gary Shapiro here, and of course, our district attorney, Kathleen Rice. Give her a round of applause. The prosecutor and our law enforcement officials here, because these are real tough issues that are out there for so many families. Back when I was in Mineola High School, when Bruce Castellano was there as well. As a teacher, he's older than me. But in fairness, you were a student teacher when I was a senior, so it's not that. I'll be accurate, because Bruce will correct me later. But certainly the notion of an organization that would provide these kinds of services, especially geared to our youngest citizens and to families. No one could have even imagined it back then, Bruce, right? Look how far we've come. And I had the great privilege when I served in the State Assembly to get to know David. And when he first came to me, of course, it wasn't the network, and it was just legally, and it was just about young people, and he had such an incredible dream way back then. The dream has been building, and we've heard about the great progress. And it really, in terms of expanding services, it was very much tied to having a permanent home. You know, and here we are in Nassau and Suffolk County. The notion of home ownership and permanence is very important. And I remember when we were able to have some money set aside, capital money, for that home to become a reality. Of course, David is very frugal and conservative in some ways. He didn't spend that money very fast. And the way things work at Aldi, I said, you better spend it before someone else takes it. But fortunately, he was able to find a great location for the center. And as we continue to keep in touch over the years, I know that he always has had Nassau County as a very important part of the service area. And I certainly know the dream always was to also have a permanent home here in Nassau County. What happened with Jamie Rodemeyer, a citizen of our own state, living in a suburban community outside of Buffalo really underscores the whole point. These are big issues for every community, but there is a unique dimension to growing up and to dealing with some of the issues that have to be dealt with when you're in a suburban community like Nassau County, like Suffolk County. The feeling of isolation is often more severe and more real, and that's why you need a home and you need a safe haven like this. And the ways in which the network provides services, not only for our young people, but for adults, and through SAGE for our oldest citizens as well, the LGBT community, is really incredible. David, what you've achieved, and I know you haven't done it alone, and you always give credit to your staff and the volunteers and the board members, but it really is remarkable. And I think, David, I speak for all of us when I say we feel very privileged that you've included us along this wonderful journey that's been your life's work. So I'm very proud to be here. I won't read all of their ads.
All right. There we go. And before we cut the ribbon, I forgot to mention Ben's Deli has provided lunch in meeting room A, and Starbucks has provided coffee, and there'll be tours. And so now we're going to officially cut the ribbon and let the games begin. Are these lefty scissors? I'm a lefty.